produce a sideways movement.
The final fundamental skill we are going to look at is sideways movement. You will want to learn to do these moves while staying on level and maintaining heading. To move sideways, you must change your body position from one that produces a balanced deflection of air to the left and right to a body position that produces an asymmetrical deflection of air. This asymmetric deflection of air can be made to produce the aerodynamic force shown here. Rewriting this force into component form, the vertical force once again acts to cancel our body's weight, leaving a resulting force that pushes us sideways. To produce this sideways force, we can use the same techniques that we developed to turn in place. We will push the air to the side using our upper body and also push air in the same direction with our lower body. In order to move sideways without turning, we must learn to coordinate our upper and lower body to push the same amount of air to the same side at the same time. As with all moves, these body positions need to be combined into a start, coast, stop sequence in order to make small, controlled moves.
To make a good sideways move, stay straight through the spine and allow body pitch to happen to push air to the side.
In this video, can you see the neutral position being used to sit still? Can you see the body pitch that is part of the start, coast, stop cycle of making a move?
Sideways movement was the last of our fundamental moves defined by our degrees of freedom. Now that we've seen each of these fundamental movements, let's look more closely at how these fundamentals can be combined to produce more generalized types of moves in Module 6, Superpositional Movement.
After we have developed the ability to move forward and backward on level and straight up and straight down, we generally should be able to automatically superimpose these skills in order to have complete freedom of movement in the vertical plane shown here. Once we've developed our ability to move forward, backward, and sideways on level, we then have the ability to move from any place to any other place on the formation skydiving playing field. Notice the use of the start, coast, stop cycle of body positions and the straight line movements from place to place. In addition, we can superimpose a turn around our center to make even more exotic moves on level while still moving in a straight line from place to place. Remember that this is the skill needed in order to build formations. The ability to do superpositional moves is automatic if you can demonstrate all of the pure fundamental moves we've discussed. This is because this type of superpositional move is actually a combination of forward, backward, up, down, turning, and sideways movement skills.
When doing complex movements, think only of the place you want to move to. Imagine how the move will feel and execute.
As you watch this video, can you begin to see the body pitch necessary to make the starts and stops for the diagonal move shown here?
Most movement in skydiving is very complex. It's made up of many different moves superimposed one on top of the other. But in order to learn to make these movements well, it's important to study the fundamental movements that make up the complex movements. It's a good idea to train these over and over until the repetition has made it completely automatic in your mind. At that point, start superimposing the moves one on top of the other and getting the complex movements you need.
This video should leave us with an improved understanding of how to move from any place to any other place. And remember, we started this video with the idea that moving from place to place was how we could move from one formation to another formation. So let's see what this idea looks like when applied in a four-way environment.
Thing in your mind needs to be what your move is. And when you're skydiving on a team and you can trust your teammates to make their move and you make yours, that's when the skydive starts to work. Until that happens, until everybody's thinking about what their move is initially, everything's perpetually wrong.
By now, you should understand more about the nature and importance of the fundamentals of formation skydiving. And because these ideas are fundamental, they apply at any level. So learn them well, and you'll be more prepared to face whatever challenges you in the air. So, for Skydive University, blue skies, have fun, and please be safe.